Hey guys, thank you so much for listening to the recording of our SOS Recruit 20 People in 30 Days. I'm so sorry I did not record it last night. But I want to kind of start this by saying that multi-level marketing, network marketing is not perfect. As we all know, we've kind of had a rocky year, and it's not perfect, but at the same time, it's better than the alternative. So for me, this is my profession. This is my job. I would have never thought that it would have been my job, but it's a whole lot better than getting up at 5:45 in the morning and putting on scrubs and working in an office all day. And so this business can certainly change your life 100%. It doesn't make it easy. It doesn't make it perfect, but it does make it better than the alternative of working a 9 to 5. So you can most certainly create any type of dream that you can, that you want, that you desperately want, you deep down want. It's just a matter of going after and doing it. So, and I have notes, so if I keep looking down, that's why. But this opportunity that we're going to talk about, recruiting 20 people in 30 days, is going to create a burst of energy. It's for the brand new coach that maybe hasn't kicked off yet, or for the veteran coach that is starting to feel a little stale in their business. It's for anyone. And so what we're going to be doing is we're going to be taking this business in different seasons. There are seasons where you do recruit heavy. There are seasons where you work more on your team and you work on rank advancement, and maybe you work on other things in your life. But right now in the fourth quarter of this business, we're going to be focusing a whole lot more on recruiting heavily into your team. And that way, come 2017, you're going to have this huge burst of energy. So if you're pushing for elite, if you're pushing for premier, if you're pushing for rank advancement, then you're going to need a fresh new team in order to build and reach those goals. So I want you to grab a pen and paper. I'm going to screen share really quick, and then we'll get started on our presentation. Okay, so our group is going to be called Recruit 20 People in 30 Days. And as I was looking back at my business, at the time that I was building in 2013, 2012, 2013, I was recruiting really, really heavily. So I was recruiting between 8 to 10 coaches a month. And in turn, that is what helped me boost my business and come home in 2013 making as much money as the dentist that I was working for. So if you look back at the top 10, if you look back at the veteran coaches, at the successful coaches, that more than likely their success has 90% of their success has came from short-term bursts of activity. So it doesn't mean that you're constantly recruiting. It doesn't mean that you're always 100% on the go, but short bursts of energy, and that's where 90% of their income derived from. If you ask 7-figure earners, which we have 7-figure earners in our upline, I think the majority of them are 7 figures. If you ask 7-figure earners, they will tell you that they have done multiple short burst of energy 90-day game plan. And when I say 90-day game plan, I mean recruit 30 people and or recruit 20 people in 30 days, recruit heavily, and then train them up in your 90 days. So that's kind of like a 90-day game plan. But they have done multiple short bursts of energy 90-day game plans. So the magic number is 20. And as we kind of get into this, you're going to see that numbers plays a very huge factor into all this. So today we're going to talk about why this is important, why a short burst of energy is important, what it is, what we're going to be doing, and what it means, and then a how, a step-by-step. And then at the end, I'll give you the link. The link is already posted in Fierce Renegade, but I didn't want anyone to be added until they actually watch this video. So do not request until you've watched all of this video. So we're going to be talking about the myths of network marketing. Number one, slow and steady wins the race. You do a little bit whenever you can. You maybe make one Success Club point and then you say, I'll do better next month. You stay consistent, but you go below the margin. So yes, you're slow and steady, but at the same time, you're crawling. And in turn, your income is not growing, your rank advancement is not growing. You more than likely aren't making Success Club except here or there, maybe 1 or 2 points, maybe 4 points. But I want you to kind of think about as you're crossing the street, and especially if you live in Nashville or in a big city, when you cross the street downtown, you don't walk. You don't go slow and steady across the street. More than likely, you kick it and hightail, you run, or you kind of do like a brisk walk. So I want you to kind of think about that in your business, that as you're crossing the street, as you're crossing the fourth quarter, are you going to run or are you going to walk? And at this point, slow and steady is going to kill you. It's going to kill your business. It's going to kill your dreams. The second one is just don't quit. Don't quit. Don't do anything more than not quitting. Just stay basic. So I want you to kind of think about to go beyond just not quitting. Go beyond the mundane. Go beyond just the simple, I don't want to do it. I want you to get excited. I want you to do more so that you can reach those dreams. And so one analogy that was used was that when you're on an airplane, that the pilot has a certain amount of runway in order to get the plane off the ground. And he's got to give it 100% in order to get it up off the ground. If not, he's going to run out of runway and he's never going to get it off. You want a 100% pilot, right? And even though it's not consistent the whole time he's up there, he's not giving 100%, but he's got to give 100% at the beginning to get the plane off. And so you don't want a 50% pilot. You don't want a 30% pilot. You don't want someone that's like, we might get off the ground today. We might not. We'll see. I'm only going to give 30% of my effort into this. You want a confident 100% pilot to get you where you need to go and to make sure that you don't stay on the runway and miss whatever you're flying to go to. So think of yourself as a pilot. Go beyond just not quitting. Be bound for success, not bound for the runway. So what would it be worth to recruit 20 people in 30 days to you? So, and I'm not very good with math, so when we get down to the 12-month team cycle bonus, that's a very rough figure because I was like, I was given 30%. I was like, I'm not going to figure out all these team cycle bonuses. So, upfront bonus cost. So as you know, when you sign up a coach, you do not make commission off of them. You make a bonus off of the challenge pack. If they buy a challenge pack, you make a bonus off of that. So I based this off of a $140 pack. So say you had 20 people that bought Beachbody On Demand challenge pack when they signed up as a coach. By the way, every single coach that you sign up, they need to sign up with the challenge pack. There's no such thing as a $40 sign up fee. So first and foremost, take that out of your head. They have to be product of the product. They have to sign up with the challenge pack. So your upfront bonus for recruiting 20 people with Beachbody On Demand pack would be $800. So I want you to think about that as we're coming up towards Christmas. What would $800 do to help your family? How would that help you? Would you be able to give more? Would you be able to actually provide Christmas for your kids? Would you be able to pay off debt? What would $800 look like for you? So a lot of people don't know this, but if you recruit 5 coaches within a 5-week time frame, I think so. I might have to go back and look. If you recruit 5 coaches within a 5-week time frame, you receive $100 of a fast start bonus. So if you recruited 20 people in a 4-week period in 30 days, then you would receive $400 just in fast start bonuses. So you add that onto your $800, basically immediately or within the month. How much money would that look like over 12 months if your 20 people just stayed on Shakeology Home Direct and they didn't do anything more? And so I didn't factor in carryover bonuses, but you would be making around $6,700 alone over the next 12 months in team cycle bonuses. That doesn't include your commission. That doesn't include if they did a little bit more. That doesn't include if you rank advance and you make more money or your matching bonus. Just in team cycle bonuses alone, you would make that amount. How much would you make over a period of a lifetime if you recruited really heavily in a 30-day period? Would you rank advance? More than likely you would be. I would hope that you would be. Would you be an example to your team? And how would you feel about yourself? How would your reputation look? Would you be an elite and premier coach? Would you be a top 10 coach? Would you be a top coach? Would you be, on the Millionaires Club? What would that look like to you? Is that something that is very important to you? So quite frankly, you can't afford not to. You can't afford not to take this opportunity and run with it with us. So success loves speed. Say you signed up 20 coaches within a 30-day period. And these are all numbers. So when you're kind of looking at, when you sign up a coach and then they just completely fall off the face of this planet or they quit, I don't want you to take it upon yourself. I want you to realize that it's all in numbers. And so if you're recruiting small, then it's going to hurt a little bit more whenever you get that cancellation notice. It's nothing to do with you. It's that you cannot pass on your vision if they don't have a vision for themselves. So this is all in numbers. Say you signed up 20 people within 30 days. Within the 30 days, only 12 will do something. They will stay on Shakeology Home Direct. They will actually respond to your messages. They will stay on and progress to the next month. They'll be active. They'll be actively working in the business. The other 8, they'll cancel. They'll fall off. They'll go in the witness protection program because you'll never hear from them ever again. They might defriend you and block you on Facebook. They will automatically just cancel themselves out within the 30 days. Only 8 will build further in 90 days. So they'll rank advance, they'll stay on Shakeology, they'll sell a little bit of things. Only 8 out of 20 will do that. 4 will be solid builders over the course of 12 months. So they'll be your star diamonds, they'll be your diamonds, they'll be your Success Club All-Stars. They'll be in it for the long run. They see success. And over the course of 5 years, you'll have 2 major leaders. And the team that you're with now that have gotten you to where you're at right now, if you have a team, will not be the same team that you have in 5 years. The only coach that I have from the time that I started is Sierra Syndergaard, who I really lucked out, and she is a major leader on my team. But beyond that, the team that I had back then is not the team that I had now. I've grown. Some have fallen off. Some have came back. That's just how the business is. So now let's look at, if you recruited 20 people in the course of 2 years, so, a couple here and there, you're not really dead set on a number. You just kind of recruit when you can. Only 8 will do something in their first 30 days. 4 will be builders within their 90-day period. You will only have 1 solid builder for over 12 months. So think about, if your goal is to make diamond, or if your goal is to make 2-star, then if you're not recruiting, if you don't have a huge burst of energy of recruiting, then you're not going to make it by just recruiting 1 or 2 people every 6 months. You've got to find your solid builders in order to advance to 2-star, 5-star, elite, premier, all of it. And then in 5 years, you will have no leaders. I mean, it's very rare that you would have a leader. So when you sign up a lot of people at one time, they become a family. They bond together. They're brand new in the team. They really kind of cling together and learn. I know that's how I did when I signed up. I was a part of a Facebook group page that was Beachbody coaches in general. So we weren't even on the same team, but a couple of us signed up at the same time. And there were about 3 or 4 of us that signed up, and we really kind of connected and worked on going to Emerald. You know, how are you doing this? How are you doing that? Do you know that out of the 4 of us, I'm the only one left? All of them are gone except me. So that's also a numbers thing in actuality. So if you sign them up in clusters, then they're going to bond together. If you sign up one every 6 months, they're going to feel like an orphan. They're going to feel like as if they don't belong. There's never going to have a tribe or a sense of belonging in your team if you're not recruiting but one every 6 months or one a year. So first we're going to talk about what's your story, because you're going to be sharing your story, and we'll get into how many people you're going to be sharing your story with, but you need to get really comfortable with it. You're going to be sharing it with a whole lot of people. You're going to be working harder than what you have ever worked, but I can promise you it's going to be 100% worth it. So why am I asking you what your story is? Because you're going to be sharing it with a crap ton of people. Hey, how are you? I hope you're having a great week. So listen, I am looking to help as many people become debt-free. I'm looking to help as many people have more choices. I'm looking to help as many people have more freedom, to be able to travel more, to be able to be at home with their family. Whatever your story is, you're going to have to get super comfortable with it. And so as we're preparing this next week, work on your story. Share it as often as you want. Post it on Fierce Renegade. Send it to me. Send it to your upline coach. But get extremely comfortable in who you are and what you have to offer and why you want people to join you. And then pick your 30-day window. I've already picked it for you. We're starting October 10th. We have a separate group page. The jogger, the fresh list is already posted, as well as scripts. But I don't want you to get super focused on scripts, because you're going to have to share your story and share you, not the script. So they're there to help you, but I want you to really get focused on you, your story, asking them, following up with them, all that kind of stuff. So how are we going to prepare for something so big and so colossal? You're going to clear your calendar as much as possible. And when I say that, I know that we're all busy. We're all moms, we're all dads, employees. We have other jobs. We have bills to pay. We have laundry to do. We have dishes to do. And so when I'm saying to clear your calendar out, I'm not saying to sit down and tell your kids and your family that you're not going to be doing dishes for the whole month of October. I want you to really kind of sit down and are there things that you can take out? Is there maybe a free clean eating group that you don't need to run this month of October? I'm going to be running a 30-day group in Fierce Renegade Fit. If you want to use that, that will be the only group that we're doing. I've cleared out everything else. Are there appointments that maybe you can take out for the month of October? Are there moms groups that you're going to, or moms night outs or girls night out that maybe you just need to say, you know, guys, for the month of October, I can't do this. I have to focus on this part of my business, and then I can. So clear your calendar out as much as possible. Talk to your family. And in the beginning, Ken and I fought a lot. He didn't support my decision. He didn't support Beachbody, and he really just felt like I was on my phone all the time. And so when I sat down and decided that I wanted to push for Elite in 2013, I sat down Trey and Ken, and I said, look, this is something that is super important to me. I want to push for it. I want to be able to come home full time. I want to, get those flowers with the Beachbody logo on them. This is something that is really important to me, and I just need you to be a support system and know that, that I might be working a little bit more. I might be, taking a little bit more phone calls, but know that I really appreciate you and know that I want you to support me. And when I did that, when I had this very clear conversation, not out of anger, but sitting down when we all were calm and not fighting and saying, this is something that means a lot to me, then the whole dynamics changed. So every month we get elite numbers. And so Trey knew that on a certain Friday that I would be getting my numbers out, and he would come home from school and he would ask me what my numbers were, and where I was ranked in the business and the company. And so then it became a family goal. It wasn't just my goal, it was a family goal that we all had. And everyone saw the benefits of it. So sometimes your spouse or sometimes your family, they don't quite see your vision, or maybe they're just tired of you not bringing everything to the table. I know for me, and I've done it for Ken quite a bit, where I was like, you know what, this is just a dream. This is just a vision. You're not going to act upon it. You're going to waste money. I don't believe in you. And so that might be how they feel. They might go, you know what, you've been in this Beachbody thing for 2 years now and you haven't made a dime. So why do I want you to waste more time and money on this? So you're going to have to prove it to them that this is something that you are serious and that you're going to achieve. So have that conversation. Set that conversation aside this weekend. Make a fresh list. You're going to be going through and talking to a lot of people. A lot. Like, if you're recruiting 20 people within a month, you're going to be inviting 10 new people a day. So you need a brand new list. Go through your messages, go through all your old papers or whatever you have to be tracking, and make a brand new list of 300 people that you can invite this month whenever we start. The next one is sharpen your skills. So we will be starting on October 10th. In the group, Jessica Kearns, Stephanie Hall Martinez, and Christine Revord will be posting trainings, inspiration, anything to help you. But what I want you to do is take the time and sharpen your inviting skills. Even if you have to post them on the team page, in our group page, and say, how do you feel about this general invitation? Do it. Find something on YouTube, how to invite, whatever it is, but sharpen your skills and be ready for October 10th. That's when we will go hard. So how does the next month look? For the first 10 days, you will be front loading everything on the first 10 days. So you'll be contacting, inviting, setting up phone calls, doing coffee. Even if you do Zoom calls with a couple of people at a time and just say, hey, I was just thinking about you. So listen, I would love to have you hop on as a coach on my team. And I just didn't know if maybe you'd be willing to hop on a Zoom call and maybe just kind of like talk about it. Do it with a couple of people at a time. That's okay too. I know phone calls are super scary, especially if you're a parent and you don't have a lot of time. Phone calls actually work. They hear your excitement. You create more of a sense of urgency, which you need to be doing anyways for this month. But they hear it, they feel it, they feel your excitement. So don't be scared to get them on the phone. And even if you have, while you're sharpening your skills this week, that you're looking at videos on how to close on the phone, how to make phone calls, that's okay too. But I don't want you to stick strictly to Facebook messages. Get on the phone. The second 10 days, you're going to be following up with everyone that you have talked to in the first 10 days. So fortune is in the follow-up. We all know that. If you've done this correctly, all you're going to be doing for the next 10 days will be following up with people. The third 10 days, you will be closing, which will probably be the hardest. So it'll be like, hey, just thinking about you. What kind of questions do you have so that we can get you started pronto this week so we can get you into our Coach Basics program. I want you to utilize and leverage the Coach Mentor program that starts on November 14th. Use it to your advantage. People want to be trained. So when you're posting, when you're talking about the Coach Mentor program, which I want you to be posting and advertising for it at least 2 days a week. But use that. They want to be mentored up. They want to know that they're going to get in here and not do it alone. And so if you are advertising and really kind of using that as your challenge group date, basically. So look, I got to get you signed up before November 14th so that we can get you started as a coach and get started in the Coach Basics program. That's your sense of urgency, your November 14th end date. So use that to your advantage. It will be a huge group if we all do this correctly. It will be a huge group, and it will be a ton of fun, and it will be a ton of excitement to us, to your team, to your new coaches. So use that date as your urgency, as your end date. So I hope that you guys have a good rest of the day. Let me know if you have questions below. I want you to think very clearly about your commitment level. I don't want you to sign up for this just because everyone else is signing up. I want you to really look at your life, look at your month of October, and then determine if it's something that you want to go after. If it's not your right time, do not worry. This is your business. But if you're tired of feeling stale, if you're tired of feeling stuck, if you're brand new and just truly want to make this a plan A, you're a lifer, you know that you're a lifer, then request in the group, sharpen your skills, get ready for October 10th, and we will have a great, great time. So thank you guys so much for listening, and have a good rest of the day.